The White Knight song Lewis Carroll ampersand quo. Haddock size and quo. Or and quo. The aged man and quo. Or ampersand quo. Ways and means and quo. Or and quo. A sitting on a gate and quo. I'll tell thee everything I can. There's little to relate. I saw an aged man, a sitting on a gate. Ampersand quo. Who are you, aged man? Ampersand quo. I said. Ampersand quo. And how is it you live? Ampersand quo. And his answer trickled through my head like water through a sieve. He said and quo. I look for butterflies that sleep among the wheat. I make them into mutton pies, and sell them in the street. I sell them unto men, ampersand quo. He said, ampersand quo. Who sail on stormy seas. And that's the way I get my bread, a trifle, if you please. Ampersand quo. But I was thinking of a plan to dye one's whiskers green, and always use so large a fan that it could not be seen. So, having no reply to give to what the old man said, I cried, ampersand quo. Come, tell me how you live. Ampersand quo. And thumped him on the head. His accent smiled, took up the tale. He said, ampersand quo. I go my ways, and when I find a mountain rill, I set it in a blaze. And thence they make a stuff they call Roland's casserole, yet tuppence halfpenny is all they give me for my toil. Ampersand quo. But I was thinking of a way to feed oneself on batter, and so go on from day to day getting a little fatter. I shook him well from side to side, until his face was blue. Ampersand quo. Come, tell me how you live, ampersand quo. I cried ampersand quo. And what it is you do. Ampersand quo. He said, ampersand quo. I hunt for haddocks' eyes among the heather bright, and work them into waistcoat buttons in the silent night. And these I do not sell for gold or coin of silvery shine, but for a copper halfpenny, and that will purchase 9. Ampersand quo. I sometimes dig for buttered rolls, or set lem twigs for crabs. I sometimes search the grassy knolls for wheels of handsome cabs. And that's the way in quo. He gave a wink, ampersand quo. By which I get my wealth, and very gladly will I drink your honor's noble health. Ampersand quo. I heard him then, for I had just completed my design to keep the Maynabridge from rust by boiling it in wine. I thanked him much for telling me the way he got his wealth, but chiefly for his wish that he might drink my noble health. And now, if e'er by chance I put my fingers into glue, or madly squeeze a right hand foot into a left hand shoe, or if I drop upon my toe a very heavy weight, I weep, for it reminds me so of that old man I used to know, whose look was mild, whose speech was slow, whose hair was whiter than the snow, whose face was very like a crow with eyes, like cinders, all aglow, who seemed distracted with his woe, who rocked his body to and fro, and muttered mumblingly and low, as if his mouth were full of dough, who snorted like a buffalo, that summer evening long ago a-sitting on a gate.